Good evening. Victoria Police is fuming tonight, drawing a line in the sand after a shameful Sunday of violent protests in the heart of the city.
Can we just acknowledge how fucking nonsense that entire introduction was? Right? That was just a massive spiel about how horrible these protesters have been, but it's garbage.
The riot squad was pelted with large rocks and shards of glass, leaving 2 officers so badly injured they needed treatment in hospital.
Hey, quick question. Why? Why were they so badly injured? What could have possibly caused those injuries?
Shoppers and tourists were also caught up in the afternoon anarchy, with claims some protesters arrived only on a mission to hurt police as the force declares enough is enough. Jordan Quinn begins our coverage.
So that was a very well-written spiel to make you, the audience, feel very bad about the police officers. However, at not one point did they mention who attacked first. A lot of propaganda, a lot of he said, she said, a lot of look how we're in the right, not a lot of actual news reporting.
Our city in chaos.
Hear that again, our city in chaos, more fear-mongering. They're doing that a lot in this episode. And as you can see in the footage here, not half a second in, that's the police throwing flashbangs first, and then the police aggressing the line, and then the protesters attack.
As police are pushed to their limits to disperse violent counter-protesters.
This is what was thrown at police today, and I think Melbourne has had a gutful.
Actually, I would argue that Melbourne's probably had a gutful of you.
It followed what was supposed to be a peaceful protest on the steps of Parliament House.
Organised by Nazis!
As hundreds gathered for the March for Australia rally.
Oh, we are young and free.
There, protesting against mass immigration.
Why? Why against mass immigration? What is mass immigration? Right? You don't even know what you're fucking protesting.
Hundreds of thousands of people coming in, I'm not against immigration, I'm just against mass immigration, you know?
Yeah, see how he just said, oh, I'm not against immigration, but against mass immigration, you know? He doesn't know what he's talking about. He has no idea what mass immigration or immigration is. He's just following the crowd because that's what his leaders told him to do.
For the kids, I just fear for their future.
The March for Australia group, they were peaceful.
They were Nazis.
Another group hunting them down, met by barricades at every turn, but tensions boiled over.
Because the police were protecting the Nazis. Because again, remember, the March for Australia, right, was organised by the neo-Nazis and then funded by the Zionists and then promoted as if it was an anti-immigration for Australia thing. It wasn't actually a pro-Australia thing. It was a pro-Zionist / neo-Nazi rally that hundreds of thousands of people were tricked into joining. And now hundreds of thousands of people will never, ever, 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 ever be able to say anything except they've marched alongside Nazis. And that's pretty shameful.
Their anger turning towards police. Hundreds of officers were pushed to their limits to protect the city and themselves.
You know, we deployed force against these people, and rightly so.
And rightly so. And rightly so, he said to himself as he decided that he was right to use violence. You know what would have worked a lot better? If the police, didn't support child murder.
Officers were forced to use 50 rounds of pepper spray.
Forced. No one forced them.
4 flashbangs, 2 stinger balls, and even rubber bullets. Tourists watched on in shock.
We just wandering through the park and heard all.
I thought it was like a gunshot or something. We're trying to get to the MCG, but.
If you just watch that footage there, the police officer pushed the person away and then sprayed him in the face.
Like, it's very confronting having all those people coming towards you.
I mean, I get that the city's on standstill, but we've got to show that power in numbers, people.
2 police officers were hospitalised.
How many protesters were hospitalised? How many?
I have a sergeant, a female sergeant, who went to hospital with a suspected broken hand because she was kicked at. I have a member with a nasty gash on his leg.
The city burning left police fuming.
That's not a small rock. We had our port members who come out with their riot gear and their shields. These rocks were cracking some of those shields today. So they're being thrown with force. They're being thrown with the view to harm our members.
You are harming the civilians. You are spraying tear gas in their faces. You are throwing freaking flashbangs into the mobs. What are you talking about?
They come, they're cowards. They come in face coverings. They come in masks. They come with hoodies on. Yes, some of them are professional protesters who certainly don't come to protest. They come to fight. I don't think the members should be target practice for people who want to hurt us.
So that's just not true, right? He's just lying to the people.
We are there, like I said, to try and keep the peace.
Then stop hurting the public. Then keep the peace and kick out the fascists.
And we come to work, we leave our families, we do our best.
Do our best.
We are, between a rock and a hard place, for want of a better term.
Liars.